Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the JayBee Milly channel. I am JB and here of course is Milly.
Hi.
And today we're going to be joined by Sophie.
Hey.
So we have just been to Wales Comic Con Telford Takeover. We also made a little review video about it, so if you do want to see that, I'll leave that in the description down below, and most likely it'll be the end card. But now I'm going to be going into our ultimate fantasies for who would come to the UK next, and basically the top 5 people that we'd like to see. Although if we've all got different people, it's going to be more like a top 15, but it's crazy. But I'm going to challenge myself a bit. Now, my criteria, because it's going to be easy, and again, I'm not disparaging anyone's list if it's this, but it's going to be so easy to go favorite Velma actor, favorite Shaggy actor, favorite Fred actor. But my challenge for myself is I want one of the prerequisites to be that they've had to have been featured on the podcast. So one, for me, they have to have been featured on the podcast. 2, it's not like top 5 best people we've had on the podcast, but this is just me. But it's also like who's got something that can be signed easily. And 3 is just, I don't want to be too nervous. So my number 5, based on that, is Marty Grabstein. Because we managed to get a flocked Courage the Cowardly Dog Funko Pop at Wales. And there's just, I think Marty would be great to see in the UK. Now, he's number 5 because I guess it's not really Scooby orientated. But yeah, Marty Grabstein. Please, some GalaxyCon book him into the UK because that'd be amazing. Millie, who's your number 5?
Okay. Probably not going to believe me. But firstly, your criteria is not my criteria.
Yeah, that's what
like my criteria is just based on what I have at the minute. What do I want to get signed next, or who do I want to get stuff signed by next, or who do I want to meet, kind of thing, which is why I will say Gray's not on this list, purely because I've already met her. I can't think of anything else I want to have signed. She's an amazing human who I'd love to meet again. But okay, my 5th place was also Marty Grabstein, purely because the flocked Courage that we all got together, I'd love to get that signed. And also he's just, I've seen him go to Comic Cons before, and he is just a bundle of energy when he's at them, like the same kind of vibes that you got from Gray, like constant energy. And I'm sure, didn't he go to one where there was somebody else from Scooby there as well, and like made a point of going over and introducing himself, because when they done Courage, they were working from home in home studios.
I saw a video of him with Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him that had gone over to Matthew Lillard and tried to get that nice collaborative energy.
He invaded his space.
Yeah, I just think he'd be a great person to meet, just because I do think he'd bring an amazing kind of energy. He, of course, was like, I remember the first time I ever spoke with Marty Grabstein, it wasn't the interview.
Oh, yeah.
I was at my parents' celebrating Christmas, and we got an email saying, "Call me, this is my number." And JV just threw the phone at me and was like, "Go call him." And like, I don't know, it was kind of the first kind of FaceTime interview and everything we did as well. It's a big part of the channel. So yeah, he was my 5th place.
Hey, okay. So I guess Sophie, I guess you do, if you do have some type of criteria, then feel free to say, but if not, then who's kind of got your 5th spot?
I mean, obviously you've got like iconic, like the voice actors of the gang, but speaking in terms of not the voice actors, people that have worked with them, I'd love to meet Tony Savoni.
Oh, that would actually be awesome. Yeah.
Now, he's obviously worked on Mystery Incorporated. He's done Scoob, and also, dare I say, Scoob Holiday Haunt.
Oh.
And he does seem this guy that knows his Scooby stuff, like he'd got a good few stories to tell. And yeah, he's always so open, like on his Instagram page and everything, from like Scooby work. So I mean, you could have like your action figures of the Mystery Incorporated gang, or like Mystery Incorporated DVD to sign, like that would be awesome. So other than like voice actors, like that would be, yeah, Tony would be a good one.
He's like the non-purist Jim Krieg. He's really cool. He's like literally Scooby-Dooologist. Okay, so my 4th is Nicholas Hove, because I have that Luna Ghost figure from the 2002 movie, and if he could sign that, I feel like I could die happy. I could even take in that massive Daphne canvas because the Lunar Ghost is on there. Like, if I could meet Nicholas Hope, I think that would just be amazing because there's so many things that he could sign. Like anything Lunar Ghost related, he could do. But obviously, it is, I guess, just that one thing. Although it's like a pretty big thing. But yeah, Nicholas Hope would be my 4th place.
Okay. My 4th place, and this is where you'll see that I really do break your criteria, is Matthew Lillard. We've already met him, but he, like, first of all, I'd love to meet him with Sophie. Secondly, like, based on what we got Gray to sign, we need to meet the rest of the gang, and he is 100% the Shaggy I'd want to sign it. But not only that, for me, he's like, if we could meet him in a slightly quieter setting than like the big horror convention, and that been the first time we'd been to the UK for ages, like, I just think it'd be so much more beneficial because, like, for me, they kind of kept Scooby-Doo alive a little bit in that it went through a lot of changes and it's gone through a lot of voice actors and things like that, and Shaggy's ultimately, other than Scooby, one of the most essential roles to get right. And the fact that he's dedicated the last 2 decades to being Shaggy, it makes him, like, if you look how frequently we change Velmas, he's like one of the longest standing voice actors. Obviously, no one's going to compare to Frank Welker in terms of that, but like, they've dedicated 2 decades of their life to making Scooby-Doo what it is. So meeting them in a better setting would be great.
I love that. I love that. You're right as well. Like, and I don't think there's been a movie, even if it's been a bit of a stinky movie, I don't think it's ever gone, oh, he's just like rocked up to the microphone just for a paycheck and he sounds bored. Like, he always gives it his all. So
I mean, one thing I will say is my favorite part of Return to Zombie Island is Matthew Lillard. There was a line that he says in that movie where, when we were doing the Smash Your Pass review, I remember just writing Lillard with a love heart, like a complete fangirl, in my notebook, just because his voice was so identifiable as Shaggy. Like, even though it wasn't the same person from the original one, it was just great. That one line he said, it was like he was the best part of the entire movie for me. So
I love that.
I mean, if you can be a redeeming feature in something like that, then you must be great.
So is this for 3rd place? Well, not 3rd place, but 4th. Okay, so Sophie, who is number 4?
Sticking with Scooby's theme as well as like other fandoms, I think it would be great to meet Patrick Warburton.
Oh god!
Like, obviously, he voiced the sheriff in Mystery Incorporated, and he's done other iconic characters. He has been listed for Telford Takeover 2 years in a row. I don't know if he actually made it over, but I did some research and apparently he has, but I'm not too sure.
It would be good to see.
See that would be obviously, like, money withstanding, like an instant yes, let's do that. If Patrick Warburton was doing like next year, just hearing him speak as well, it'd be like everything he would say is iconic. Like, you could like drop something in front and he would go, "Oh dear!" Like, even that would be iconic. He's just got that voice. That'd be amazing. I'll do that. Okay, so my next one is kind of on the same line because it's not too Scooby this really, but it's Bob Bergen, because for all he voiced Eric in the Cyber Chase, there's just so many other things. Like, obviously I'd get something Cyber Chase related for him to sign, but in terms of other stuff as well, like the fact that he was like one of the voices in Spirited Away, and that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. I can, like, the amount of times I've watched that and cried is just crazy. So I would definitely go and see Bob Bergen. And maybe cosplay or something from Spirited Away, like one of the toads or something. I think that would be quite fun.
Sweet.
What about you, Milly?
Okay, so mine, again, sticking with the original gang here, would be Linda Cardellini. For me, as with I think a lot of people, she is one of the best Velmas we've ever seen. like just hearing about the dedication she made to that role, and as well, it was kind of before a lot of what she had done as well. Like now she's like in Marvel and stuff like that, and the last time we saw her on the screen in Marvel, she was kind of almost given a plot of her own and everything, and she's, you know, iconic in so many things now, but like just the dedication she gave to the role, because didn't she like cut her hair for it or something?
For the first one, yeah. The second one was a wig, but the first one, yeah. I think who was it that told us? I think it was either Leon or someone else that said that she actually cut her hair for the audition.
Yeah, just to audition for that role. Like, I wouldn't cut my hair for anything. Like, not that short, no. So, like, huge well done to her. Like, amazing dedication. But also, like I was saying, for the things that I want to have signed, like, I need to meet a Velma. And she's the Velma I'd want to meet.
See, I kind of disagree. And obviously, this is like, oh, your list is wrong. But I would be in such a weird situation because with it being a live action Velma, and we haven't had a Velma Funko Pop signed before, it would be a bit like, do we get the Funko Pop signed or something from the live action movie signed? And so for me, that would be the biggest internal debate ever.
My two things I want her to sign is my Velma Funko, because you got that as a gift for me, it's mine. And you know what we had Grace sign? I'd want her to sign over the Velma one.
Oh, but then, yeah.
So nothing from the live action movie, even though we're getting two things. So yeah, I mean, it is my thing. Like, I'm not the biggest Velma fan. It's either done well or it's not. And like, I don't like Kate McCucci. Really.
Every time I hear Kate McCucci, my ear bleeds.
There's been times when I've heard a voice and just been angry. Like, I don't know. So I feel like if I had the opportunity to meet Linda Cardellini, it'd be, here's every Velma thing I could possibly want signed, and I want you to be the one that signs it.
Ooh, safety net. We could get her to sign that Pieceworks from Monsters Unleashed, because the amount of the Linda Cardellini Velma simps that movie created, if ever I'm in like a financial tough spot, that to the right simp is like gold. So yeah.
Literally, we bought a Linda Cardellini autograph card, and the eBay description was like, this is signed by Linda Cardellini and has been held in her own fair hands.
Delicate.
And stuff like that. The description was creepy.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely creepy. So I guess I need to meet a Velma and I want it to be her. So she's my third spot.
Just some perverted eBay, really. So I am, maybe you should be the one to do these, because I'm actually losing place of how many that everyone has left.
So this is now Sophie's third.
Yep. So this one's a bit of a cop out. I think Milly touched base on one of them, which was Linda Cardellini, but top three would be Linda Cardellini, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar, like the live action Scooby-Doo. Like, they're all in the same realm for me. So I wouldn't really mind which one, but I think it would be, they're my favourite live action movies. So they're iconic though, especially the 2002 one for me.
Oh, see, that's rare, you know. A lot of people are like, oh, 2004, but like, there's just something about 2002.
There is.
Like, legit, I could be 95 years old, I could get dementia, but you could
Song a Million
put on 2002 and I would know it. I'm convinced. We'll have to test it out. When I get that diagnosis, we'll all hop on like Zoom 5.0 or whatever, and I'm going to test that theory. Okay. So how many do I have left now? Because I think I might have more.
2.
Oh, I don't have enough spaces.
Oh.
I can think of 3 more. Oh.
Got to narrow it down.
Okay. I can't, there's too many. Okay, I've got it. My second one has got to be Bilbo's, because I recently had a really nice moment, and I don't even know what made me so emotional about this, but I love Bilbo's. He's basically responsible for the whole entire look of the 2002 and 2004 movie. So all of the Spooky Island stuff, and that to me is one of the most iconic parts. Like, I even feel like people that don't really like that movie, the production design behind the sets and stuff is the one positive that people always seem to extract from it, apart from the casting, obviously, like always S-tier casting. But he also was one of the assistant art directors, or he was the assistant art director of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And so last week we went into Waterstones and there was this lovely book about The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I just flicked to a page in it and it was like a whole little segment dedicated to Bilbo's. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've got that guy's number on my phone, like I've spoken to him. And I was like, I feel like I've done something. So the chance to meet Bilbo's would be incredible. I just don't know what I'd get signed. If I want it to be Scooby or Nightmare Before Christmas, I I think it would be a Mystery Machine because he designs the look of that live action Mystery Machine. So it'd probably be the little corgi one or the big, like, way
For
cool
some
one.
reason, I was thinking it would be, you know, we've got those 5 figures, the one that's got the wall of meat in it. Because that was set design now.
Yeah. Oh, and he said that they tore that down and he wasn't
Mhm.
happy. Or maybe even that Jester car.
Mm,
There's so many, actually.
there's a lot. Okay, so my second place is Frank Welker. Like, they are the longest reigning Scooby person out there. Like, it would be incredible to meet him. Of course, it kind of fuels the thing that I was saying of wanting to get, like, the box completely signed as well. So I guess it'd have to be them.
Like,
So does Sophie have a second? Because I guess you said 3 together, right?
Yes, yeah.
So JB, I feel like it's on.
No, I've got a second. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
they're
do.
like joint 3. I wouldn't mind between the 3 of them. But I didn't include Matthew Lillard, obviously, because he's my second one. Because as a present, he is Shaggy. So to get to meet him, that would be amazing.
Mm.
Like
It
you
would be.
said, like I've got like a whole wall. I'd love to like get all of their pictures next to each other and like line them up and like all autograph. That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. And like I say, just I feel like even though we've met him, I just want to be there to see you meet him as well. Because it is amazing.
I like it.
Okay, so JB, your top spot.
This is top spot.
Top spot.
Right. Can I? Okay.
No, you can't have 2.
No, can I have honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Okay. So honorable mention number 1, Bob Singer. Like, for someone that worked on the original 1969 series.
Oh, can I guess? I'm so sorry.
No, you
Continue
can't
with your
guess because
honorable
I've got honorable mentions. Like that to me is just iconic, and it's kind of dark to say, but like if he was at a convention this year, next year, like I wouldn't fly to America. You know, I wouldn't do it happily today because I hate airports and stuff. So I couldn't imagine being in my 90s thinking about international travel. So if he were to come over to the UK at any point, that's probably the last time that he would make that effort. So you can't miss out on that. So Bob Singer 100%. If he was at a convention, I'd love to see him. My other one is C. Ernst Half, because there's that Minor 49 and a Mystery Machine toy. That with his signature on it would be one of the most iconic things in the world. And then another one, just because I think they're a nice guy, and obviously the work that they did was incredible, Kent Bader. So those are my honorable mentions.
Can I guess?
No, because you're going to get it right.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it either Kate or Nick?
It's Kate.
Okay.
So Kate Melton. Because obviously, if you think about the kind of progression of things, 1, she is a Daphne. 2, we kind of lost our podcasting virginity to her. So it's iconic from that point of view. And I've got that Daphne Funko Pop that's just screaming for her to sign it. So I would be nervous. It would be difficult. But if she was at a convention in the UK, I'd be first in line. I just think that would be incredible.
Okay. I must agree that if I was going with your criteria of people that had been on the show, Kate and Nick would be my top 2.
But realistically, everyone that we've interviewed could be. It's just not all of them have things that they can sign, which is kind of bad. Scooby needs to be a bit better with merchandising, but I'm puffed out now.
My top spot, and I think if you hadn't given yourself such a strict criteria, it would be yours, is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like from being a highly inspirational Daphne to like a year or so ago, we started watching Buffy for the first time. Loved that. There is a countless list of things that I would need 3 years notice to save up, because there's JayBee's huge poster on the wall that we'd want to get signed. There's the Daphne Barbie, there's the Daphne Funko Pop, there's like, I've got a really like not limited, but like difficult to find vinyl record from Buffy that I want to get all the signatures for. So there is just a list a mile long of stuff that we'd be trying to like all carry into there. We'd have to pay for extra tickets just to have people help us carry stuff. But that would be my top spot.
And however expensive it is to bail me out of prison. Then.
That too. No, I'd leave you in there, to be fair.
No, like, I couldn't meet her. I really couldn't. Like, are you mad?
So can me and Sophie just go on our own?
I think you'd have to be honest.
Okay.
Like, I just...
And Sophie, your top spot?
Wow.
I mean, obviously Gray would be on here, but we've just met her, so we can cross her off. But number one, it's got to be Frank Welker. I mean, how could it not? I mean, he's been there since the beginning, and he is Fred, you know, like the only Fred in my eyes. And then obviously now he's Scooby's voice actor, and it'd just be incredible to meet him. He's like amazing. Like, there's not much more to say about it.
See, that's amazing as well, because it's actually, I think, kind of positively, kind of negatively, it's actually the most realistic on the list, to be honest. So, yeah, imagine that. That would be, come on, Edinburgh 2023. That has to happen.
We need to get a collection of pictures, which is all of us with each member of the gang. Like, we've done Daphne. Fred will be next. Hopefully Lillard comes over, we can tick off Shaggy. And then it's just Velma that's making a problem.
And then there's like that selfie at the hotel bar at all of these locations as well.
I feel like we're just going to have to like find a Velma cosplayer, and that's going to have to make do for Velma.
Yeah, well, we'll find a Velma cosplayer somewhere. We'll find one somewhere. I want to do actually one of those little like group things. Like, I want to like assemble everyone cosplaying a certain character for a photo. I think that would have been fun. It was so weird, actually. I was just saying that this is kind of like a side thing quickly. There were a lot more Scooby-Doo cosplayers at the horror event than
which was strange.
Yeah. But that's it, right?
Yeah.
And
so...
I don't think there's been too much repeats. It was like a top 15. So yeah, that was kind of our fantasy bookings for, you know, Comic-Cons in the UK.
Telford Takeover 2023.
Yeah, well, I'll tag them. Hopefully they can get it to happen. So yeah, Sophie's links will be in the description down below, along with our link tree. We hope that you enjoyed. If you do want to see more, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.